last weekend we shot a bunch of stuff. We shot Grandma's Attic, which, like, spoilers. I don't know if I told you this yet. This is the 10th anniversary of Grandma's Attic. Well, not ever, but 10th anniversary of Red Cow. Because we went, the whole thing was we used to do a podcast, and it was me and my friend Aaron, and then John would guest. And then, like, a running joke was like, hey, this guy John, who sometimes is on this podcast, loves this church fair down the street. And so we played like a game show where we tried to guess about his, what did John buy at the church fair or whatever. That really was the first ever, like, Junt centric content that we'd ever made. And yeah, then we were like, oh, you know what we should do? We should follow him to the church. We should show up without him knowing we're going to be there. And we'll have cameras and we'll make like a video out of it. You've heard episodes where we explored the depths of John Hunt's cheapness. We heard about his church fair and his favorite church fair and all that crap. We're at his favorite church fair. We didn't call it Junt's Cart, but that would be, I consider that to be the first episode of Junt's Cart. So for those who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, my friend John, co-host of Box Mac, big player in Red Cow Land. Dude loves a church fair. But what I learned over time was he doesn't just love any church fair. That's kind of like that's the initial impression that I got. He used to call it his favorite church fair, but as time went on, I realized, like, I don't think he's been to any others. So, like, of course,
it's this church fair. Yeah. He likes this church.
And then the question is, like, well, why this one? Because it's literally just a tent and some bullshit under it.
Yeah. And sometimes you get cheap stuff.
Yeah.
Famously, that video game box that he got.
Yeah. So that first year, and of course, it was 2013. So this is before the retro boom. But he did find what we all would like to find, which is a big cardboard box. No, dude, it had a whole GameCube in it. It had a GBA.
Yeah, if you go back and watch that video, and he got it for $10 or something.
Yeah,
and it's insane, the haul.
And N64 is in there.
Look at this box.
Oh wow, that's a find. Look at that.
Well, this can wait a moment. Are you telling me this box is $10? There are 3 game systems in here and a GBA. This is a rare find at a church fair. Let me tell you. 10 years ago, you would have found this stuff all the time. Nowadays. This is some kid's childhood I'm carrying right here. Let's see what we got.
This is why you have to come early.
We got a NES here, pretty good shape. There's a copy of Super Mario 3 in it. I got a copy of Dr. Mario, Super Mario Duck Hunt, of course. GBA box, Super Mario World Advance 2. GameCube here. Holy crap, with Super Monkey Ball 2, never played it. Wave Race 64, any
nice.
Good? Copy of Myst, it's an antique. Mortal Kombat 4, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Turok, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, 007, classic. NFL 98, controller here, third party, N64 here. Turok 2, light for the Game Boy there. Controller for the GameCube. Got a Super Mario 64.
And Star Fox 64.
There's a Duck Hunt blaster there, bunch of cables. There's all the adapters here. Sonic Advance. What a find. This is probably one of the best finds I've had in a few years.
I think there's a Wii in there.
All kinds of games. Yeah, well, he ended up... this in some ways was even more shocking, was about 4 or 5 years later, he found 2 Wiis in a row.
It's a Wii.
How much?
$20.
Oh my gosh.
Wii console itself, a Wiimote, AV cable. Is this a second entire Wii?
Oh my god, it's another Wii. It's just too good a deal.
It is.
So he's just buying up Wiis for some reason.
They'll probably get pretty valuable. I mean, although everyone has gotten a Wii, if you got a functional one, you can soft mod those things. You can do a lot of good stuff. I mean, you can load it up with more games that you can play with,
I just think that the HDMI-ness needs to be there. Like that's maybe reason to do Dolphin.
Yeah, that's true. I have my Wii still hooked up on my plasma, 42-inch plasma, which has the component input.
Yeah.
So the component Wii to that 42-inch plasma looks fantastic, especially with it soft mod like that. And you can, you can get all the WiiWare games that were never released, like the WiiWare Castlevania Adventure Rebirth, which was never released anywhere else.
One of the games like that bugs me is I never got to play, like I got into Turtles in Time later in life. I didn't play it as a kid, and now it's one of my favorite beat 'em ups, like most people. And they did the Turtles in Time reshelled, and I hear it's shit, and I've seen video of it, whatever. I still want to play it. It's because it's Turtles in Time, and it's just one of those games. It's like not available anywhere, not on the original, because it was only ever software, and anyway, that bothers me. But so the question was, why does John like this goddamn church fair? And the answer was Yeah, part of it is there's some good finds there. It's down the street from his house, but also we're from this this very Portuguese area, and here we have a certain kind of fried dough called malasades. It's like a Portuguese fried dough.
So I have a question of the malasadas experts. What is the difference between a malasadas and just a doughboy?
I think that has
More sugar?
They would make them in these big, giant bowls. These old Portuguese women, these church ladies, nice and fresh that morning, and it's like 50 cents for one of them. And and there was plenty. John loves a place that has plenty of seating. The place has plenty of. You sit down, have a malasades. And 10 years ago, EJ, John's on camera going, I'm kind of worried that, these women are getting older and I don't see the young ones coming up from behind, like to take the malasades torch.
I'm a little concerned, frankly. The malasades women, they've done a great job for so many years. They're getting older. And I don't see any new generation
There's no one being
to take
trained.
up the reins.
And this year we're like, where's the malasades? Like, where is it? And there's a tent for it. And then after maybe an hour of the yard sale going on, he goes up. He's like, can I buy any malasades? And I go, yeah, of course. And they bring out boxes. They bought it from a bakery.
It's over.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Oh, it's like pre-boxed.
Yes. Sadly, they're not cooking them fresh here.
If that ain't a metaphor for the decline of America.
It's over. We're not passing down our traditions.
Shame on everybody for letting those that church hand out boxes of malasades. Shame on everybody who was complicit in what eventually added up.
Even those old ladies, they could have passed it on more vigorously.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah, they could have taken out a firearm and said, somebody's making this besides me. So anyway, we went there, then we went to actually another one the same day, because St. Teresa's is always on the same day as St. John the Baptist's. And I'll just add just real quick. The next day, so St. John the Baptist is the church that he loves. It's the church fair he loves. It's down the street from his house. He doesn't go there. And it's a Catholic church. So you'd like it, EJ. And
probably not.
You got your Catholic place.
I got my cult.
You got your Catholic spot checked out. I hadn't been to a Catholic I went to one that was like hybrid Catholic, which was very strange, about a year and a half ago. But I hadn't been to like a proper Catholic mass in many years. And I had to go for my uncle's memorial. And it's my big extended family on my dad's side. And I don't see them very often, and they traveled all over the country to come to this thing. We did like a whole family reunion. And when we stepped outside the church, we're doing the thing where everybody's hugging and saying goodbye to each other. And this is going to be, people are going to catch flights and stuff. And as it so happens, I don't know, 70% of this extended family who I never talk to watch my YouTube content. And they're all like, I feel like we see each other all the time because I'm watching you on YouTube all the time. Which is really such a powerful communication tool that they feel like they're in touch with me. I don't feel like I'm in touch with them. So strange.
Yeah. I really have no idea how much of my family watches our stuff or any of us. Like, I think my dad like recently he's like, oh, I heard that interview you did with somebody. I'm like, what interview? It's like, it was the discount film school that we did. He like recently heard it. He's like, oh, it was really good. I'm like, oh, wow. Well, it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know how he found it. He must have been like Googling me or something and found it.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was really good. You do a good interview. I'm like, all right, it's cool. That was 10 years ago, but sure.
Here's some beans.
Today I'm going to make beans. It's my dad's birthday and he loves beans. So I'm going to make beans for my dad.
It's beans.
Oh, yay!
Hey. But right around the corner of the building in progress was Junt's favorite church fair. And I'm like, hey, do you all know Grandma's Attic? It's right fucking there. It's actively happening. And they're like, oh my God. Like some people, just saw it on YouTube for years. And I always do wonder, I'm always like, this is like a famous stakeout for Red Cow. It's strange that no one has made the trip. Like everybody knows, like he goes there at 8 a.m. on the first day. I'm surprised that somebody hasn't tried to intercept us at this place.
Yeah, it's like Raynham. You the chances of you running into Frankie at Raynham flea market is pretty high.
Pretty high. If I had my druthers on a Sunday, I'd be there. If my ideal Sunday goes something like this. Wake up early enough to work out, go to get donuts at the head store in Westport, go to church, go straight to the Raynham flea market and get a grilled cheeseburger from the outside area first, go inside, buy some VHS tapes, go home, and then plan some other activity. that would be my ideal Sunday. And a lot of Sundays end up looking like that.
Oh, the times